Have you ever wondered how travel can be a gateway to self-transformation and growth? Indeed, the journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step, and that first step can lead us down the path of self-discovery and personal development. Imagine the immense potential of travel. It's not just about visiting new places or ticking off destinations from your bucket list. It's about immersing yourself in diverse cultures, viewing life through different lenses, and broadening your horizons. Picture yourself stepping out of your comfort zone, confronting challenges head-on, and emerging stronger and more resilient. Visualize discovering unexplored aspects of your personality, unlocking your passions, identifying your strengths and weaknesses, and setting new goals for yourself. Think of the invaluable skills you acquire, the meaningful connections you forge, and the unforgettable experiences you gather along the way. All these elements come together to create a compelling narrative of personal growth and transformation. Stay with us as we delve into a compelling story of self-transformation through travel. Meet John, a man who embarked on a journey that would forever change his life. John was your average Joe, living an ordinary life. He had a 9-to-5 job, a small apartment, and a routine that felt like a never-ending loop. He felt stuck, as if he was living in a monotonous black-and-white movie. He yearned for more, for color, for adventure, for something that would make him feel alive. So he made a decision that would set the course for the rest of his life. He decided to travel. John began his journey with an open mind and an open heart. His first destination was a small village in India. He was struck by the vibrant culture, the warmth of the people, and the profound sense of community. He learned about their values, their traditions, their way of life. He felt a profound sense of empathy and tolerance, two things he had never truly experienced before. Next, he found himself in the bustling city of Tokyo. The city was a whirlwind of activity, a stark contrast to the tranquil village he had just left. The language barrier was a challenge, but John was determined to overcome it. He learned to communicate effectively, adapting to the fast-paced environment. This experience boosted his confidence and resilience. John's adventure continued, taking him to the serene landscapes of New Zealand. He discovered his love for nature and the peace it brought to his soul. He learned about his strengths and weaknesses while hiking through the mountains. He realized that he was more resilient than he had ever given himself credit for. This journey of self-discovery was both humbling and empowering. Then, there was the vibrant city of Rio de Janeiro. John was mesmerized by the music, the dance, the joy that seemed to permeate the city. He found himself joining in, letting loose and embracing the moment. He experienced a new level of happiness and well-being, a feeling he had been searching for all his life. John's journey was filled with memorable experiences and meaningful connections. He learned valuable skills, discovered new aspects of himself, and broadened his worldview. He tested his limits, faced his fears, and overcame obstacles. He found his purpose, his passion, and his zest for life. He realized that he was not just surviving, but truly living. John's journey reshaped his life, but what did he learn from it? Join us in the next scene as we delve into the lessons that John took away from his transformative journey. John's journey was not just about the sights he saw, but the transformation he underwent. The first lesson John learned was the power of perspective. As he encountered new cultures and values, he began to see the world through a different lens. These experiences expanded his worldview, enhancing his ability to empathize with others and increasing his tolerance for difference. Rather than being confined to one way of thinking, John learned the beauty of diversity and the richness it brings to our collective human experience. But the road wasn't always smooth. John was challenged to step out of his comfort zone time and time again. Whether he was navigating a bustling foreign market or attempting to communicate in a language he barely knew, he was forced to face and overcome obstacles. These challenges, though difficult in the moment, were instrumental in boosting his confidence and resilience. He learned that he was capable of far more than he thought possible. John's travels also taught him valuable skills that transcended the boundaries of countries and cultures. He honed his communication and problem-solving abilities, adapting to new situations with ease. He found himself becoming more self-reliant, able to navigate unfamiliar terrain and negotiate in foreign languages. These skills, once forged in the crucible of travel, would prove invaluable in his personal and professional life. Perhaps the most profound lesson, however, was the discovery of new aspects of himself. He unearthed passions he never knew he had, identified strengths he hadn't recognized, and confronted weaknesses he had previously ignored. This journey of self-discovery helped John grow not just as a traveler, but as a person. He found a renewed sense of purpose, a clearer understanding of his goals, and a deeper connection with himself. Through his travels, John's life was enriched with memorable experiences, meaningful connections, and lasting learnings. These weren't just souvenirs to be stashed away and forgotten, but transformative experiences that shaped his identity and worldview. These experiences and insights not only transformed John but also equipped him with valuable life skills and a renewed sense of purpose. Travel, as John discovered, can be a powerful catalyst for self-transformation and growth. It's a force that propels us into the vast unknown, pushing us to navigate unfamiliar territories and explore different cultures. This journey of exploration is not merely about discovering new places, but it's an expedition into the depths of our own souls. John's journey was akin to a metamorphosis. It challenged him, placing him in situations that were miles away from his comfort zone. From learning to communicate in a language he barely knew, to figuring out how to navigate a city with just a map and his instincts, each hurdle he overcame boosted his confidence and resilience. Travel, in its own unique way, was teaching John about life, about himself. But travel didn't just test John, it also taught him. It bestowed upon him skills that are indispensable in today's globalized world. He learned to communicate across cultural and linguistic barriers, to solve problems that seemed insurmountable, to adapt to situations that were constantly in flux, and to rely on himself when things got tough. These skills, learned on the road, became invaluable assets in his personal and professional life. But perhaps the most profound transformation was in how John saw himself. Travel let him delve into unexplored aspects of his personality. He discovered passions he never knew he had, strengths that had lain dormant, weaknesses that needed addressing, and goals that he wanted to achieve. Travel helped John grow as a person, helping him understand his purpose in life. Through travel, John's life was enriched with experiences that were unforgettable, connections that were meaningful, and learnings that will last him a lifetime. These experiences increased his happiness and well-being, making him realize that the journey was as important, if not more, than the destination. John's journey of self-transformation through travel is a testament to the potential of travel for personal growth. It shows us that every journey, every trip, every voyage has the power to transform us, to challenge us, to teach us, and most importantly, to help us grow. John's journey may have ended, but his process of self-transformation and growth continues. No sooner had he unpacked his bags than he realized that his voyage had not concluded. Rather, it had merely transitioned from a physical journey across continents and cultures to an internal one, a journey of the mind and spirit. John's adventures in distant lands had equipped him with more than just a passport filled with stamps and a camera filled with memories. They had instilled in him a newfound sense of resilience, an ability to adapt to unfamiliar circumstances, and a deep appreciation for the diversity of human experience. These skills and insights did not gather dust along with his travel gear. Instead, they became vital tools, resources that he used every day in his life. You see, the lessons John learned while traveling didn't just apply to navigating foreign cities or communicating across language barriers. They also applied to navigating the complexities of daily life and communicating across the barriers that often divide us in our own communities. John discovered that stepping out of his comfort zone didn't have to mean stepping onto a plane. It could be as simple as trying a new activity, initiating a difficult conversation, or embracing a new perspective. And so, John's process of self-transformation and growth continued, even as his passport lay dormant. As he applied the skills and insights he had gained from his travels to his everyday life, he found himself becoming more empathetic, more resilient, more adaptable. He found himself growing not just as an individual, but also as a member of his community. But perhaps most importantly, John realized that self-transformation and growth are not destinations to be reached, but rather, ongoing journeys to be embraced. He understood that every new day, every new experience, every new interaction was an opportunity for learning and growth. As for John, he knows that every journey, be it across the world or across the street, is an opportunity for self-transformation and growth.